On a cold and rainy night, the alley was silent except for the sound of falling rain. Piles of trash bags lined the dark street, forgotten by everyone passing by. But inside one of those bags, something was moving. A tiny orange kitten was trapped inside a tightly tied plastic bag. Its small body trembled in fear as it struggled to breathe in the darkness. No one knew it was there. No one could hear its quiet cries. Just when hope was almost gone, a young man walked through the alley with a flashlight. Suddenly, he noticed something strange. One trash bag was moving. The man slowly untied the trash bag, his flashlight shaking in the rain. As the plastic opened, he suddenly froze. Inside the bag was a tiny orange kitten, soaked, dirty, and trembling with fear. Its big sad eyes looked up at him, as if silently begging for help. Someone had thrown this helpless little life away like garbage. Without hesitation, the man carefully lifted the kitten out of the bag. The kitten was cold and weak, barely moving in his hands. He quickly wrapped it inside his jacket to keep it warm. Under the dim streetlight, the kitten finally stopped trembling. For the first time that night, it was finally safe. The man rushed home through the rain, holding the tiny kitten close to his chest. Inside his warm apartment, he gently placed the kitten on a soft towel. The little orange kitten was still trembling, its fur wet and dirty. Carefully, he dried the kitten with a warm towel, trying to make it comfortable again. The kitten looked so weak, but it was finally safe. He prepared a small bottle of milk and slowly fed the hungry kitten. At first, the kitten hesitated. Then it began to drink. For the first time that night, the tiny kitten felt warmth, safety, and kindness. Curled up in a soft blanket, the kitten slowly closed its eyes, finally able to sleep in peace. The next morning, warm sunlight filled the small apartment. The tiny orange kitten slowly woke up, wrapped in a soft blanket. For the first time in a long time, it felt safe. The man gently petted the kitten, smiling as he saw it getting stronger. Soon, the little kitten began eating from a small bowl. Its body was still tiny, but its spirit was coming back. Day by day, the kitten became more playful. It chased a small toy across the floor while the man laughed happily. The frightened kitten from the trash bag was slowly disappearing. In its place was a happy little cat finally learning what love feels like. Days passed, and the tiny kitten was no longer the frightened creature from that rainy night. Now it played happily around the warm little apartment, full of energy and curiosity. The man watched with a gentle smile, remembering the moment he found the kitten inside that trash bag. What was once a life thrown away had now become a life full of love. Every evening they sat quietly by the window watching the sunset together. And as the kitten curled up beside him sleeping peacefully, it was clear that night in the alley had changed two lives forever.